anybody know what the hot market is?
Yes.
Hot quiz, come on.
Yes.
Okay, what is it?
Hot market is going to your immediate family and basically saying, can you please do me a favor?
Exactly.
That's what I did to my grandma.
I can sum it up in 3 words.
Yes.
Girl Scout cookies.
Hey, yeah.
Okay? How many of y'all have ever bought a box of Girl Scout cookies?
Oh, yeah.
How many of you really wanted to buy that box of Girl Scout cookies? Right? Right. So either you've been a cookie mom or somebody has coerced you into buying cookies from their child, and whether you wanted to or not, you bought that box of Girl Scout cookies just to support them, right? Because you know they were going to keep asking and they're only $7, right? So your hot market training is pretty much when you're brand new to the business, right? You have people that you know, you love, you care about them, and they respect your business sense about this much. So these are people that are your hot market, but you do not want them in your business as affiliates because that means you're going to have to work with them. Now, there are some rare exceptions. Love you, Mom. I said there's a rare exception. You know, I said love you, Mom. but for the most part, these are people that will do you a favor if you ask them. So the first thing to do within your first 48 to 72 hours is reach out to these people on your list. And just like Cynthia said, you're going to say, hey, listen, can you do me a favor? I just started a new business. I'm really excited about it. I don't want you to talk me out of it because I'm sold, but I really would love for you to do me a favor to help support me and get my inventory going. Would you be willing to pick one product and try it and actually take it for 30 days and let me know a testimony of how it helped you or what you felt from it after 30 days? Because that's going to be really valuable for me to grow my business. Doesn't sound too hard, does it? All right, and then the better part of this is you say, you don't ever have to order again if you don't want to. I didn't. You're right, I didn't. It's true. But they don't have, you can tell them, listen, I'm not asking you to join my business, and you don't have to place an order again if you don't want to. I'm not asking you to be a long-term monthly customer, just a one-time purchase to help get my business off the ground. Can I count on you to be, and pick some number. So whether it's 8 people a month, 10 people a month, 20 people in your first month, can I count on you to be one of my 20? Because as Will explained earlier, with looking at this as a traditional business model, the first thing that you want to do when you're brand new is break even and start making profit. So as soon as you've made your initial investment back, that's all you got to do. Because now you have a story, right? And the story is everything in this industry. So the faster you make your money back, that's your story that you're going to tell over and over and over and over again. Right? Is that how you're going to do it?
No, you're doing way better.
So really, that's kind of a hot market in a nutshell. So what you're going to do, it's not everybody. These are not people that you actually want in your business, but these are people that if you were stranded somewhere and it's 3 in the morning and you have a flat tire, then you could pick up the phone and call that person and say, hey, listen, I really need a favor. Can you come pick me up? Can you do this? Will you buy Girl Scout cookies? Things like that. Those are the people to use for the hot market practice. You're going to do this within your first 48 to 72 hours. Does that make sense? Does anybody have any questions about that? Short and sweet. Girl Scout cookies. I like to do it in person, just because if you got somebody, unless it's somebody that, you could call it a family member and say, hey, if they live out of state or whatever, but I think you need that personal connection if you're going to be asking them for a favor. I don't know that I would just text, because here's the thing, if you're going to text somebody that would pick you up at 3 in the morning, why wouldn't you just call them, right? Because that's somebody that you already have a pretty solid relationship with. That you want them to hear that in your voice, where they're hearing you say, "I'm really excited about this. I just started. I just need. Please help me. I need a favor, right?" And then it's harder for them to say no. And if they do, then listen. Would you be willing to support me? Can I count on you? Yes or no? If they tell you no, then that's probably not somebody to call if you have a flat tire, right? So. Okay, so that's hot market. Warm market. Somebody want to tell me what your warm market is?
Friends, co-workers.
Exactly. So these are people that you actually would like to have in your business. Okay? They're not necessarily, the family and the people that you'd ask favors for, but these might be successful, business owners, entrepreneurs, friends, people that really, we're going to go through this in just a couple minutes, but these are really solid prospects. But where do you find these people in your warm market? Okay, phone. Where else?
LinkedIn.
Facebook.
Facebook, okay?
Instagram.
All over the place, right? So the average person, if you look at your contact list in your phone and your Facebook friends list, you probably, between the two sources, have somewhere between 1,500 and 2,000 friends. Some more, some less, but that's about average, right? So for your warm market, when you're brand new, to get started, what we're going to have you do today, get the process rolling here, is all we want is a magic number of 200. Okay? I'll tell you what to do with the other 1,800 later. But for the most part, you want to just get a list of 200 of people, 200 friends, contacts, whatever you want to call them, that are in your phone or Facebook. Don't prejudge as you're writing those people on the list of paper, okay? Because at that particular point in time, your only job is to act like a secretary. You're literally just transferring the name to the notebook and the piece of paper, okay? And just pick 200 or pick 300, whatever number you want, but try to make it at least 200 people. You may never get through this entire list, but this is going to be an incredible practice list, and it's going to get you the skill set at a super fast pace of speed. So you are going to take 200 names, and you are going to make your list. And do not prejudge. I don't know if you can you guys see this in the back, or is it not?
Yes.
Okay. So once you have that list of names, I'm going to show you a list of 8 criteria that we are going to use to categorize this list. So for the most part, my system is kind of, I'm a notebook person, right? And I'm also an index card person. So like when I sat down to do this, I just started making page after page after page after page after page of people, and just started making lists, right? Once I have that list made, I put little stars next to them. I'm going to explain to you what that's for. Based on this 8-step criteria, number 1, is this a person that you have rapport with? Do you know this person? There's a lot of people on your phone you might meet once, you save their contact and stuff, but do you really know this person? Does this person know you? Do they like you? Do you like them? Is this somebody that you would possibly really think it would be cool to work with? Okay? That's criteria number 1. Number 2, is this person a people person? And so this list I'm writing here, we're going to use this to categorize the list of those 200 names. I'll show you. This will make sense in just a minute. So the second category is this person a people person? Will mentioned the color personality before by Big Al Schreiter. This would be your stereotypical blue personality. Is this someone who's outgoing, who's not afraid to talk to people? Are they work in the room? Are they having fun? So that blue personality type. Number 3, does this person have previous network marketing experience? Now you may or may not know this, but if you do, it's going to be important. Okay. Number 4, have you previously spoken to this person about your Regenilife business? Okay. Previously pitched on Regenilife. Number 5, I think this is my favorite one. Does this person probably have $50? Right? Because if they don't, kind of self-explanatory there, but probably have $50. Number 6, is this a person who appears to have a prosperity mindset? Are they a red personality type? Are they entrepreneurial? Do they have business background? Do they own home businesses? Do they own another type of business? I'm talking about the money-motivated individual. That when you talk to them about opportunities, they're always the first person to say, what do you got? Okay, so prosperity mindset. Number 7, do you have periodic communication with this person? When's the last time you talked to this person? Have they been in your phone saved for 3 years and you're like, oh, who's that? Or is this somebody that you talk to a couple times a week? So that how you define number 7 is going to be based on your own terms, how you consider periodic communication, whether it's days, weeks, hours, months, years, whatever, okay? And then the last one is proximity to you, okay? I'm not going to put the word local because local is defined differently for a lot of people. I will drive hours for a meeting. I know Will drive hours for a meeting. We have before. There's other people in this room that have done the same thing. So whatever proximity you're comfortable with, that's how you define this category. So this list right here, 1 through 8, you're going to cross-reference that list of 200 names. So you're going to pick one at a time and go through the entire column on that list of 200 names. So let's say you start with person of rapport, person number 1 on my list. Do I have rapport with this person? Yes or no. And don't overthink it, just go with your gut. But if you do feel like you have rapport with this person, put a star. Go to the person in line number 2. Do I have rapport with this person? Put a star. Line 3, this person, not so much. Skip it. Line 4, this person, not so much. Skip it. And you're going to do that with each one of these categories until you have up to 8 stars next to everybody. Now, some you may have 0. That's okay. But you're just going to do a real quick kind of litmus test and grade people based on this getting started category. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Any questions so far? I'm going to erase it. You guys have it? Okay. So now, once you've done that, you're going to go through each line and you're going to tally the number of stars. So let's say you have, this person here, and they have, 3 stars here, and this person here has maybe 1 star, and this person here has 2 stars, or 4 stars in those columns. Go through and just make like a little 3, 1, 4, 5, whatever it is on the side column next to them. Then rewrite your list and put an entire page of people's names who have 0 stars, an entire page of people's names who only have 1 star, an entire page of people's names who only had 2 stars. And that's what you're going to do in your step-by-step working process through this. So again, remember, if you're just starting in the business, you don't have all the skill sets yet. So who best to practice on than the people with 0, 1, and 2 stars, right? Right? So now you might get lucky, and you might, because maybe, who knows, maybe they're, rock stars in there. No. But I would much rather practice on somebody with 0 stars than 8. And by the time you get to that page where there's 8 stars, you're going to have a lot more finesse with your approach with all this stuff. Make sense? Yeah. So start with the 0s, and then the 1. Okay? So that's kind of the categorization criteria for your warm market. Now, again, you have 200 names. You may never get through all 200. And you're constantly adding to this list on a daily basis. So if you keep your list with you as you're going about your daily business, you run into somebody at the gym, you run into somebody at the coffee shop, you write their name down on this list, and then you have to rank them with stars at some point down the road. So you always have a constant generation of leads on this list that you're going to be grading and contacting accordingly. Make sense? Any questions?
Yeah. What if I'm really fired up, I'm a new rep, and this is so cool, because I know I suck at this, and I want to start at the 0. I don't even want to do my hot market, I want to do this. What would you tell me?
I would tell you, Will, you're not coachable and teachable. And then you need to actually Well, I'm sorry. But that was part of the criteria of signing up, is that you need to be coachable and teachable, right? But the hot market is extremely valuable because keep in mind, this is all right, I'm going to pull a Will Zanders here. What business are we in? All right. How are you going to develop leaders if your leaders don't know how to teach people? Right? Right. So if you skip the step of working your hot market, then everybody on your team is probably going to skip that same step. Right? So even if you do it, your hot market doesn't have to be more than a couple people until you've made your money back and you have an ROI. Once you've done that, you can teach it. And so if you put your new people through that same step, they're all going to do the hot market first.
They're gonna need that story for that group.
They're going to need the story. I mean, the hot market's where you get your story.
They're gonna need that for that
Right. Does that answer your question?
Yes, ma'am, thank you. I didn't know.
All right, so let's see what else we got here. Because, you know, we don't know who the right person is for our business. Is that right person somebody who had 0 stars? Is that person who had 8 stars? You don't know. But our job is to sort through and find the potentially right people. And the only way that you're going to know who's the potentially right person is by their activity. Are they going to follow instructions and do the hot market stuff? Are they going to do the task of making their 200 names? Are they going to do the task of using the criteria to grade them, right? So from this point, that was all just secretarial stuff. Transferring names, categorizing, a little bit of math to add up the stars, right? Now we actually have to do something. And so Will did a great job earlier talking about the inviting process and how to reach out to these people. And, you know, before I knew he was going to do that, what I have written on my notes is I'm curious what questions worked on y'all. So when you think about it, when you were first approached about Regenilife, did somebody come at you from a money-based question? Was it more an emotional impact question? Like, give me some, I'm gonna write them down, so holler out some.
Money.
Money, what was the question?
Do you have $50?
Do you have $50?
Open first. You can say, I'm going to court if I say, do you have $50?
So my question to you is, did you say yes or why first?
No, I was like, well, yeah, I got $50, but I'm like, you know, I
Why?
didn't know if I want to spend it, you know.
Okay.
That was the thing.
All right.
But it wasn't until I looked at the profit.
Okay, so
What's his question? That's our initial one.
initial, whatever.
Best question I've ever had. When I first introduced, they asked me, they said, look, I have someone coming over to my house tonight to talk about different ways of making money. What time do you want to show up?
Okay. All right. That's awesome.
So they said, he just said, there was a presenter coming, so my friend Christine said, I have someone coming to my house tonight to talk about different ways of making money from home. You know, at 7 o'clock, will you be there? Basically, that's what she said. And I said, yeah. Because I was looking for ways to make it. Like most people.
All right. Got that one. Give me another one.
Myra did prospect me, but what she did do was put it on Facebook. And when I read that it was about an organic product and making money, the two right there, is
Okay.
what I was looking for, both hand in hand.
Okay. So yours came through Facebook. Okay. Couple more. Mom?
Do you trust me?
Well,
That's kind of how I
That is
was just said too.
I don't even remember that. Well, I couldn't ask you to come pick me up at 3 in the morning from a flat tire because of it.
I'll give you one when she's coming.
Okay, yeah.
I had called Myra about coffee, and because, well, I had called Myra about coffee, and she first prospected me with the Regenilife. Because she was telling me how the Regenilife coffee, the Regenilife products will supplement coffee. It would be a good supplement for the coffee because the coffee took away my appetite, and I needed something to eat that was healthy and organic, and she filled it in.
Very tricky. I don't even know how to write that down.
The best line I've ever heard in this industry. The guy just, what he says to his prospects, he looks at me and he goes, have you seen it? I'm like, seen what? He goes, I'll be right over.
Have you seen it? I like that.
He doesn't say anything. That's one of the best lines I've ever heard.
Okay, somebody give me one more. Somebody else. Antonio. Nobody asked you a question? They just like came over and took your credit card and signed you up? All right. Anybody else have anything for Pat? Angie?
I have something I'm going to show you. You don't have to do it. I'm going to do it. You don't have to do it. I'm still going to win. I mean, not gonna look at my not.
All right? All right?
That's about the same thing I was.
Have something to show you. Okay, so you see how all these different ways are just that, they're different. So there's no right or wrong way to get somebody in your business. But can we agree that there's some base questions here that have to do with money, right? But we also have some base questions that have to do more with an emotional impact, right? Like the do you try? That's funny. So between those two, I got a couple other questions to add because I know we all have our favorites. But when you're working with those zeros, ones, and twos, I know Will's favorite question is when it comes to making extra money, are you open, right? So we've heard that one numerous times. But another one, because that would be more of a money-driven question. So if you have somebody that maybe they scored highly on that list with their stars and they're a red personality type and they have previous MLM experience and maybe they've owned their own businesses before and stuff like that, that might be a really good question to reach out to that person with. Versus if you have somebody that maybe is more of a blue personality type or is somebody that you have strong rapport with, or you have someone that, definitely you talk to every single day and they live, proximity-wise, what you would consider good. That might be somebody that you can sit down and have a conversation and say, you know what, are you happy? Are you satisfied and content with everything the way it is right now in your life? Do you have absolutely everything that you thought you would have at this point in your life? And a lot of people are going to tell you no to that question when they really think about it. So if this is somebody that you know well and there's an emotional tie there, you might get a different response than if you just say, hey, are you open to making extra money on the side? Right? So that type of question, let's assume the majority of people are not happy. They may not be satisfied. They're not content in their life. They want more based on the age that they are and they haven't gotten it yet. The next question, do you have a plan to get those things or to get happy? Chances are if they said no to the first question, they probably are going to say no to the second question too and look at you like you have three heads like, well, no, I don't have a plan. And then simply you can say something in your own words, well, would you like to see one? So all we're really trying to do is get people to take a look. Chuck said it well earlier, we're acting like consultants. So you really have to become a really good question asker and know what questions are going to trigger the answers that you're looking to get so that you can kind of put it in the wheel and come out with a good next question for that person. Okay? So, are you satisfied? Are you happy in your life? Okay, if not, do you have a plan to get those things? Would you like to see one? And then from that point, it just rolls right into what Will was teaching on earlier with the 6 steps. If I would you, and go through the process of, hey, if I sent you some information, would you take a look at it? It's probably not for you. It's not for most people. But you'll probably like our products because everybody does. And if you see what I saw with this, who knows? We could do some really amazing things together, but I'm going to leave that up to you. So you're really leaving it the choice of the person, whether they want to join you or not. And that's all you're trying to do is you're going through these names, is just get a simple yes or no answer from them. And if they say no, it may be no, not right now, but I want another list. Come back to them later and ask them in 6 months, hey, you happy? How was that plan working out to get happy? You want to see this again? Right? All right. And I think that's really all I have. Oh, the other thing I saw that, and I'll close with this because it really caught my attention as I was surfing network marketing videos on YouTube like I always do. I found one by this guy, Cesar Rodriguez. Y'all know him? Okay. Cesar, okay. All right. Well, this sentence, you probably have heard it then, but it really spoke to me. But what would you do if you were 10 times bolder? Have you heard him say that before?
Yep.
All right. So think about that. When you're about to talk to somebody, visualize the bolder version of yourself and take a second and think, all right, this is me right now. But if the 10 times supercharged, extra bolder version of me was going to say something, what would it be? And then just go say it. Like, activate your superheroes powers and be bolder and just, okay, right now, let me just try this. If this is my normal version of, what I'm going to say, how would I say that 10 times bolder? And go do it. again, you're only looking for a yes or a no question to taking a look. That's it. And if you know the numbers, you know, only 2 to 3 out of 10 people are going to do this. So there's probably going to be a lot of people to tell you no, but I guarantee you, if they don't first take a look, you're never going to get the yeses. Any questions? So now we know everything we need to know to build our businesses, right?
All right, thank you.
How do I do on time? Did I go over?
Are you good? What we're gonna do, we're gonna take a 5-minute break, but before you go, Will, Melissa,